Yeah, hello, good day everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Idris. You are welcome to Learn with Hydeetech. You're going to be learning how to code with fun. Today, I'm here with an exciting project. We are going to be coding the Google Android robot. So let's see how we can do that with just HTML and CSS. So if you are just learning HTML and CSS, this is a good project you want to try, and I believe you are going to find it interesting. So thank you so much. Let's get it started. So the first thing we're going to do as usual is to create your folder. I taught you how to create a folder in the last video, so you can just use your Ctrl+Shift+N to do that. So we are going to name this Android robot. So I'm just going to open this up in my VS Code. All right. So I'm just going to zoom this out so you guys can see the screen well, because I got some complaint about the last video I dropped. So you guys can see this. I believe you guys can see this now. So we're just going to create our index file, or maybe I should just name it robots. So let's get it started. Then the first thing we need to do is to add our boilerplate. Our HTML boilerplate. That is the basic HTML template. And here I'm going to name it Android robot. Thank you so much. So if you like, you can add Google. Google Android robots. So let's move straight into our body. Let's add our main tag. And inside our main tag, so just like the image you are seeing, we have 12 parts of this robot that will be that we are going to be designing. Then we are going to merge the 12 parts together. So we are going to create a div for each of those 12 parts. Yes, exactly. That is the label you are seeing on the screen. The 12 parts you are seeing on the screen, we are going to be creating a div for each of those parts. So each of those parts stands for a div, and we're going to design that right here, right now in this video. So let's quickly do that, and follow me. So what we'll be doing is we are going to be giving class to each of the divs. So the class will be what each of the div is standing for. So the first one we are going to add is the head. So this is for the head. Then you add another div. This is for the eyes. Then I think we are just going to add another eye for this, eye1, and we can copy this for the second eye. So you just give this eye2. So the next thing we are going to add is, I think, let's add the eyeball. So I'm just going to change this, and eyeball1. Then I'm just going to copy this, eyeball2. So you guys can just do this for other divs. I'm going to pause the video here so that I'm going to add all the divs, then we continue with the class. Thank you. All right, so here we are now. I'm done adding all the divs, so you can see what we have now. Yes, exactly. So you can just copy this and add it to your file as well. So let's code along, please. Make sure you are getting it right. So the next thing we are just going to do now is create our CSS file. So I will do that here quickly. I'm just going to name that robot.css. And don't forget to link that to your HTML file. So I'll go back to my HTML and add a link tag. I'll change this to robots, and let's get it started. So inside the CSS is where we are going to be designing the robot itself. So we'll be making use of each of the divs that we've created in the HTML file to add each of the components of the robots. So let's get it started. The first thing we're going to do is to reset our CSS for all the browsers. You get, so that will be running this code. So the first thing we would like to do is to add margin 0, and I think this is enough to reset the default CSS of our browser. So the next thing we go to is let's style our main, and we are going to be making the width. Let's make it 40%, and okay, let's add margin of say 2%, and we are going to make the left and right auto. This is going to center our main box. Yeah, so that our project will be in the middle. So the next thing we'll be adding is border. Okay, border. Yeah, so let's make this 20 px. Let's use double instead of solid, and we can give a color. I think, yeah, let's use the robot color. I have the color here, the color I want to use for the robot, the type of green I want to use. So you can also use the same thing. Yeah, that is the color code, the one you're seeing on the screen. So let's add a padding. So I'm just going to add it without saying it, so you can just follow up. And yeah, so we've added the position relative, so that by the time we are going to make some of the elements or some of the components absolute position, it is going to be absolute with reference to the main box. So it won't go outside the main box. Everything we are going to be moving will be bounded by, or will be inside the main box. So that is why we set this place to relative. So let's go. So the next thing we are going to do is let's select the head, and let's style the head first. So I'm just going to, okay, before we do that, let's just check what we've done quickly before we move to designing the head. So I'm just going to do this. Open with live server. If you don't have the live server extension, you guys should try to install it on your VS Code. It makes, you know, checking what you've done easier. All right, so this is what we have. So our robot is going to be inside this box. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. We are getting there. So the first thing we'll be designing is our head. That is a robot head. So let's just, the selector for that will be this. Remember, we've added a class of head there, so we can easily work with the class. So the first thing we are going to add is a background color. Then we are still going to make use of this green color, and you know, the width, let's say this 220px, and the height, okay, maybe I should just add that without saying this. I guess you guys can see this, so you can just follow along. So margin 0 auto is going to push this head to the center of the box. So let's see what we have now quickly. All right. So can you see? So this is the head of the robot. So let's continue. So the next thing we'll be doing now, let's go to the eyes. So we are going to have a general styling for both eyes. Then we are going to have a separate style for each of the eye. So this is going to be the general style for the eyes. So let's see what we have here. Then, okay, we are just going to set the background color first. The same color. Then let's say the width. I think 8 px should be enough. Then we can do the same thing for the height. Then, okay, border radius. Set it 30px. Margin 0 auto. Position, yeah. So let's see what we have with this style. All right, so you can see this here. So we are just going to change this. Let's change this green color to black color. I think black should be fine. Okay, I think we can use white, and that size is too small. Okay, let's use white. The size is too small, so we can make this 20px. Let's say 20px, and you know the border radius still remains the same. The top, let's say 15%. Let's see what we have now. Oh, we can't see that because the background is actually white as well. So let's move the eyes into the head. So the first thing we want to do is let's move the first eye, and let's see. So we are just going to adjust the left value. Once you add position of absolute, you are free to move your design or your element or your shape anywhere on the web page. So that is what we are using, and that is the main reason why we've used position of absolute here, so that we can move it anywhere we want. So what we want to do is we want to move it to the to the exact space of the eyes on the robot's head. So the left value, let's say this 41px, and if it's not enough, we can adjust this. So let's see this quickly. All right, that's good, that's good. So you can see one of the eye now. Then let's do that for the second. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Like I said in the previous video, copy and paste is allowed in programming. So I'm just going to make this 56. Yeah, so let's see what we've got. All right, exactly. So that is the eye. Now let's work on the eyeball. I think the eyeball is the next thing. So I'm just going to do this. Yeah, we can use the style for this actually, for the eyeball as well. So let's just copy it and duplicate it. So we are just going to manipulate the values you get. So the values of what we have here. So this time our eyeball should have black. The eyeball should be black. Oh, the eyeball should be black. And the width, I think we can use 8 for this. If it's too small, we are just going to adjust that. The border radius can still remain the same. Position can be absolute. Okay. Then we want to push this down a little bit, so we can just do this 16.5. Then please don't forget to change this to eyeball. I think we used eyeball, right? Eyeball, yeah, exactly. And eyeball 1, eyeball, and eyeball 1. Please, let's remember to update the class name here. And this will be eyeball 2, definitely. So we can let's see what left value can we give this. I think 42 should be enough for this, just to push it to the side a little bit. Then we can just 57. So let's see what we've got now quickly. All right, exactly. Yeah, so we are getting there. This is just for the eyes, and let's see now. Mind you can adjust these values to suit your own design. So it is just this is just my own design, and I believe you guys can follow, then at the same time adjust it once we are done with all the code. So we are done with the eyeball. Then the next thing we want to look at now quickly, let's design the antenna. Yeah, the antenna on top of the robots. Yeah, so I think you guys saw that in the image I showed you before we started coding. So, but let's see what we can do. So let's select this. I have used the class ant for that. So ant is for the general styling, while 1 and 2 is for the first antenna and the second antenna. So let's have this quickly, and let's add a styling for the. So I'm just going to add the background color first. You can add anyone first, but I think I feel comfortable adding the background color first, then followed by the width. So you can see there's a pattern I've been following, which is something you can also follow as well. So whenever you are working, always try to stick to a particular pattern and work with the pattern. So we are just going to have a small width and a very value of height. Then followed by border radius. Let's add border radius. Yeah, that might not be much anyway. Let's say 5px. Then definitely we are going to make it absolute. So precision absolute. All right, so I think this is our antenna. Let's see what we've got quickly. All right, so you can see the antenna. This is actually true, but because we've not, added the styling for each of the antenna, then it looks as if it's one. So don't panic when you see something like that. So let's quickly add the style for the first antenna. So there we are just going to give it top. We are going to set the top to 0. Then we are going to set the left, let's say 58%. And let's see what we got quickly. Okay, now you guys will notice that, this antenna is not straight, it is slant. So we can use a transform property. So transform CSS property. Then we are just going to use rotate. So we can rotate that, okay, let's say 135 degrees. Let's see what we've got. I think this should work. Oh, sorry, we can use 45 then. So we can use 135 for the second. Exactly. Thank you. So let's we can copy and paste this. And let's change the let value. The let value here is going to be, let's say, all right. So here we are just going to add transform. Okay, we are going to set our value to 45 degrees. Okay. All right. Here we are just going to update our class. Change this one to 2, and you set this to 135 because it's just the that is opposite, the opposite rotation of the first one. So we are going to set it to 135. If you add 90 to 45, that will give you 135. So that's why we have 135 there. Then we can set our let value, or we just leave it as, okay, our let value is 41%. All right, that's fine. Okay, good. So you guys can see our robot is taking shape, and very soon we are going to finish this and have our project completed. So the next thing we are going to do is work on is the body. Yeah, the body of the robot. Yeah, so let's get it started. Remember, we have a class, a div with a class of body. Yeah, so we can work with that quickly. Then let's set the background color. I think, yeah, we can see the same. Oh, sorry, we can see use the same color we've been using. Yeah, exactly. So after this, let's set the width. Mind you, the width should be the same as the width of the head. So the width is going to run. So remember, we said 220 here, so we are going to use 220 px here as well. Then the height, let's use okay, let's use 220 as well, and let's see if that will be okay. Then margin, let's give it 10 px to add a very small space between the head and the body. Okay, so auto, this is going to center our body shape as well. So after this, let's add a border radius, just to add a kind of rounded design to our body, so we can yeah, exactly. So let's see what we've got now quickly. Yeah, that's good. But something is wrong. Our border radius is not working yet. Okay, sorry, I used only border here. So yeah, exactly. So this is the body of the robot. Now let's move ahead quickly to what's the next thing? The arm of the robot. Yeah, thank you. So the arm of the robot. So let's say, yeah, you can see we have a general class which is the arms. Then we have left, right for each of the left and right arm. So let's let's write the styling for the general class, then before we consider each of the arm. So this is just going to be, like the format we've been following. The background color first, then we are going to use our main color, so followed by the width, let's say 40 px, height, let's say 150 px, and the next thing, the border radius, let's say 50 px. I think this should be okay. Then let's say the position, absolute. Yeah, exactly, absolute. Then okay, maybe the last thing we want to add, so 25%. Okay, so let's see what we've got now. Exactly. So this is the arm. We actually have two here, but because both of the div, because we've used the absolutes, so two of them are staying on top of each other. So that is why we can't see the two, but we are going to separate them by, adding a different styling for the left and right arm now. So let's work with the left arm first, and the only thing we need to add here is the left value that is going to push it to the position. Okay, so 28%, and let's see what we've got quickly. All right, can you see it here? This is it over here. Yeah, where the arrow is pointing at. So let's quickly add for the right arm as well. Just need to change this to right. At the same time, you can change this to right as well. So let's see what we've got. Exactly. So you can see our robot is taking shape already, and we are almost getting to the end of the project. So I think the next thing we need to work on now is the legs. Yes, yeah, the legs. So we can still use the same size or the same shape, that is the same arm style. That is the style we've added for the arm. I think we can use that for the leg as well. Then, work on other things that are needed to place the legs in the right position. So for that, I'm just going to add a styling for the legs here. So if I do this now, let's see what we've got here. Exactly. So we are going to have this style, for the legs as well. So you can do this in CSS. If you have a style that is the same for several elements, you can just add this. You can add a selector, or you can combine the selectors by using a comma, and each of those elements are going to have the same styling. So what I just need to do here is to style each of the legs and take them to the right position. So I'm just going to select leg 1. I think I used leg 1 and leg 2. Yes, exactly. So leg 1. I think what I need to do is set the top. Do I need to set top? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's set the top for the legs. So just to override this top 25% that is here. So let's override the top for this, and we are going to set this to 42, or let's say 50 px. I think this should be okay. So let's see what we've got now. All right, exactly. So can you see this? So just to shift it a little bit down. Then the next thing we need to do now is let's add. Let me just copy and paste this twice. So one for leg 1 and the other one for leg 2. Sorry. So here is going to just be the left, and I think we can set this to 42. Yeah, I think 42 should work for this, and this we can set this to right. Same value, 42. So let's see what we're going to get here. All right, wonderful, that's good. So I hope you guys can see how we've been able to create our robot. You can add so many things to this, and one thing I think there is one more thing that I'm going to add here. So let's just do this quickly. All right, so I'm just going to add one last thing to our design, and we are going to end it there. So Let's go back to our HTML file. You would have seen that I've added this div with this class of text. Yeah, so learn with Hydeetech. So you can add whatever thing you want to add there. But let's see what I want to do with this. So let's quickly style this div with a class of text quickly. And I'm going to start from the size, which is font size. I'm going to give it a size of 20px. And let's increase the font weight as a boldness. So I'm going to make it, just bold. Then I'm going to increase the line height. I'm going to give it, say, 35px. Yeah, I think this should be enough. Then let's adjust the width to say 80px. Please, you can adjust this to suit whatever text that you've added. So let's set the alignment. Text align, let's set it to center. And the next thing we want to add is the background color. So let's add a background color of, say, white. So here I'm just going to use the RGB color code so that I can adjust the opacity. Yeah, so I'm just going to reduce this to 0.5. Then okay, let's add a padding to this page to our text, and I think this should be enough. If it's not enough, we are going to readjust it. Then let's add border radius quickly. I think this 5px should be enough. Yeah, then let's add our position. Before we add the position, let's try to see what we've done quickly. All right, this is what we have. So because our background is white, so we might not really see the background color quickly for now. So, but let's continue. Let's continue. All right, so the position absolute. All right, so under this, we are just going to move our text and make sure it is centered. So top, let's say 34%. Then the left, let's say 41. Let's say 42%. If it's not okay, then we can adjust this. So let's see what we've got now. All right, exactly. So this is what I have. Now you can see the text is not looking fine. So let's just go to Google Fonts. Let's take a font from Google Fonts, apply it to our text, and let's see if we are going to get something better than what we have now. Let me just search for Ubuntu. So you can go to font.google.com. That's the link on the screen. So you guys can visit fonts.google.com to get any font you want and use it in your project. So I'm just going to select this bold, then copy this link. You don't need to copy the two. Just copy this second link. Then go to your HTML file. Under this CSS style, okay, I think that's okay. That's fine. So let's go back to our CSS. Then we can now add another. Property here called font family. I don't want to add that below, but at the same time you can do. Okay, let me just add it. So you can set it to Ubuntu. The name. Make sure you put it inside quotes. All right, so let's see what we've got now. All right, so you can see we have a very nice font now. So what we can do is to increase the padding. We can increase the padding. Okay, let's increase the padding, the left and right padding. So this, we can give this 30px. All right, that's nice. So another thing we can do is we can set different values for the left and right. So top right, okay. Then for the left, we can say 10px. So let's see if our text balance is in the middle now. Okay, exactly. So, and if you're not satisfied, you can increase the width as well. So you can just adjust this just to ensure that your design is okay. All right, so maybe I can now return this to say 20. Let's see. All right, I think this is okay now. Oh, not really okay. Not really okay. Then I think we need to adjust the let value. We just need to play with all these values to see what's going to work. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to make this 39, and maybe this should be the final adjustment. Oh, okay, we can have a decimal there. All right, I think this is cool. So thank you so much. This will be the end of the project. If you are yet to like this video, please kindly like this video and share it within your friends as well. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel and watch out for more exciting projects like this. I am more interested in, bringing you guys on projects that will make you learn how to code with fun. So thank you so much. Just like I said before, if you like this video, please let me know in the comment section, and let me know if there is any type of project you would like me to work on, or to work on with you guys. Just let me know and I'll make a video on that. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week. So don't forget to share this video. Okay, thank you. All right, goodbye and have a wonderful week.